Yeah, then there was the time we got pulled over for speeding again through the middle of Pennsylvania. And Mannix caught that on tape. I'm sure if, Mannix had his druthers, he probably would have been like, play fuck the police, that would be good. That's a good idea. They won't know. Down here, they don't care. Yeah, so Larry and I moved in together after his first hetero life mate abandoned him, Dave.
To live in a truck.
That was a better option than living with Larry Viezel. Was living in a converted flatbed truck with a bookcase. That tells you something about what living with Larry Viezel was like. It had a laptop station too. Yes. I was going through a rough time in my life. I got, let's say I voluntarily left an apartment 6 months before my lease was up. That one related back to that letter I read before. We just celebrated our 8-year anniversary of that event. Give it up. Woo. Martin Luther King Day, that's all I remember. Not about, peace and harmony, but being arrested at 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe if I'm drunk, if you don't know that story, ask me later. It's a good one. Yeah, and so we lived together, we commuted together, we spent 9/11 together. That was, yeah.
We watched the towers fall.
Yeah, this is, if anyone hasn't heard this story. So Larry and I were on the train. This is how it went down. Everyone's got their 9/11 story.
Went down.
That was totally not intentional.
So the main truth is.
It's Christmas week.
So Larry and I are on the train, and we're going into Hackensack. Not Hackensack, Hoboken, sorry. We're going through the tunnel, and they come on. Do you remember this all, Larry?
Frame by frame in my head. So
they come on over the thing, and they're like, hey, if anyone works in the World Trade Center, you might want to call. We're getting reports of a fire. And we get out of the tunnel, and everyone rushes to the side of the train, and they're like, because there was a giant hole in the side of the
tunnel in the side of the building.
And so we went, and we were at that point they didn't know what was happening. I don't mean to bum you out. This is totally, I know, I'm going to give the microphone to Larry, but this is a really good story. Because this is, it has a happy ending. Yeah, so we're hanging out there, and the first tower falls, and Larry goes, hey, just think about it. One day we're going to tell our kids, I remember when there was 2 towers.
That lasted about 15
And then 15 minutes later, we just looked at each other. Larry Viezel. I'm very happy, I'm very proud to have shared tender moments like that with Larry. I've helped him plan a lot of conventions. We still had the Orlando convention a month afterwards. Larry got frisked and checked at the airport like 6 times on that flight down to Florida.
Apparently photos set off metal detectors.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of photos with me.
Also a big bald guy with wearing leather jacket, boots, black everything. To Orlando, Florida in October, selling a couple of bells and whistles.
At least you didn't have to fill it,
This is true. Larry is a guy I'm proud to call a friend. I think we all do well here to celebrate the first 35 years of his life and 35 years more. Here's to Larry Viezel.
So Chad was up here saying about being last minute. This was way when it all started. I did write some notes in here, if you may have noticed. The reason that I do fall into this pattern is because, hey, it fucking works, right? And Yeah, it does tend to be last minute, and the thing that Chad kind of missed in his explanation is that when these things do happen last minute and time goes on, if I don't find someone to fix it for me, the real solution is to just throw money at the problem. Which, thank God for Ron here, who has helped me throw money into buying this pad of paper, because there was not enough time for me to throw money at a writer. Instead, I had to rely on my old standard. And my old standard, of course, is to repeat jokes that everybody else said, just louder, to make them funnier. So I picked a few choice lines while we were here just to get it out of my system. So, I packed for conventions by dating Kate! All right.
Funny! I'm laughing, but it's also true. I get it.
I'm what Sal Piro used to be!
That's gonna make it on YouTube.
You're gay?
Ray?
I was gonna say, you fuck Charles
That was
Gray.
Charles Gray.
Tim Robbins! And I wish I could steal any of your jokes, but they were too fucking good. I can't say them louder because you're a loud motherfucker and you were really funny. And
I myself proved them that
you
way.
did. I know, Carrot Top, I'm sorry, but give it up. That cane and that fat suit aren't fooling anybody. Just take off the zipper and...
Fine!
Alright, so of course I have a million stories that were here, with everybody said. Yes, Ron was talking about Sal. I very often tell this story, as I'm sure all of you will recognize that I do repeat my stories over and over again. I packed for conventions by dating Kate, So,
She's right here.
I don't think that someday I am going to replace Sal Piro because, as everyone's pointed out, I'm not attracted to older men. But I will say that my favorite Sal Piro story was the time that he asked me to help out with his computer, because I am in fact a computer guy and Sal is completely computer illiterate. And came over his house, fixed whatever problems he was having, upgraded his operating system, installed his printer, deleted a whole bunch of spyware on viruses, and he, gave me dinner, and, we went out to a diner, and at the end of the night he says, "Thanks for helping with my computer, Larry. I'm sorry I had to subject you to all that gay porn." I don't think I've been over his apartment since.
I still have a thumb drive from that computer.
Yeah, I have a hard drive from that computer. Someday I'll hook it up and be really disturbed. Chad, I really do wish that I had figured out how to get rid of you as a roommate. If only I had been batshit crazy and jumped over a coffee table to attack you and then made up a story where you beat the shit out of me and called a lawyer. Who knew? My bad. If only I had known. Dave, perhaps you could have used a roommate in the Toyota. It would have been great. Another good way to I'm thankful that all of you are here. Thank you for all being my friend. Thank you for all
We're not.
coming to Morristown. Appreciated it. Maddox, I still owe you that money for being my friend. Apparently we have some sort of arrangement where I have you on a payroll that I should probably claim on taxes. Liz, during your spiel, you mentioned that you have a reputation of being a little cunt. Much in the same way that Hitler has a reputation for being a little anti-Semitic. And the Pope has a reputation for being a little Catholic.